In class 9 and how are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing great, fine, happy, taking care of yourselves. So I am not bit well, I'm having this bad headache because of my eyes. So I may be not in the right audible mood today, but anyways, we were at Hitler and I just want to give you a brief explanation about actually what happened. Actually, how did actually Hitler happen? How did Hitler come into action? We have to know that. It's not just only reading. He was appointed the Chancellor of Germany in 1933 following a series of electoral victories by the Nazi party. He ruled absolutely until his death by suicide in 1945. Okay, that's hell of a lot of time. Now, his actions was always there before 1933 as well. In 1928 also he made a salute in Nuremberg. Okay, so Adolf Hitler was appointed, as I said, Chancellor of Germany in 1933 following a series of electoral victories by the Nazi party. He ruled till his death, as I said, before his suicide in 1945. Upon actually achieving his power, Hitler smashed the nation's democratic institutions and transformed Germany into a war state intent on conquering Europe for the benefits of the so-called Aryan race. Okay, because he was against the Jews. His invasion of Poland on the September 1st, 1939 triggered the European phase of World War II. Listen to me properly. During the course of the war, Nazi military forces rounded up and executed 11 million victims they deemed inferior or undesirable, life unworthy of life. Among them, Jews, the Slavs, the homosexuals, and Jehovah's Witnesses. These are the people mostly went down. Mostly went down were the Jews. Hitler had the supreme authority as the Führer or the leader or guide, but could not have risen to power or committed such atrocities on his own. He couldn't do it on his own. He had the active support of the powerful German officer class and the millions of everyday citizens who voted for the NSGW, that is the National Socialist German Workers, the Nazi party, and hailed him as a national savior in a gigantic stadium of rallies. How was Hitler, or rather how Hitler and the Nazis were possible? How did such odious characters take and hold power in a country that was world peace setter in literature, art, architecture and science? A nation that had a democratic government and a free press in the 1920s, Germany. Hitler rose to the power through the Nazi party, an organization he forged after returning as a wounded veteran from the annihilating trench warfare of World War I. He and the other patriotic Germans were outraged and humiliated by the harsh terms of the Treaty of Versailles in France, which the Allies compelled the new German government, the Weimar Republic, to accept, along with an obligation to pay $33 billion in war reparations. That the war has happened, this has been the loss, now everyone has to ditch in money. Germany also had to give up its prized overseas colonies and surrender value parcels of home territory to France and Poland, which he did not like. The German army was also radically, it went down, and the nations are forbidden to have submarines or an air force. We shall squeeze the German lemon into the pipsqueak, explained the British official, one British officer. Okay, this was the scenario. Paying and crushing reparations destabilized the economy, production ruinous, runaway inflation. By September 1923, if I am not mistaken, 4 billion Germans marks had the equal value of one American dollar. Dropped inflation. One American dollar was equal to 4 billion German Deutschmarks. Consumers needed a wheelbarrow to carry enough paper money to buy a loaf of bread. Now Hitler could not tolerate this. He was a mesmerizing public speaker. His lecture, his speech was terrific. Addressed political meetings in Munich, called for a new German order to replace what he saw as an incompetent and inefficient democratic regime. The new order was distinguished by the authoritarian political system based on a leadership structure in which authority flowed downward from a supreme national leader. Top to bottom it's going to come. In the new German, all citizens would unselfishly serve the state or Volk. Democracy would be abolished and individual rights sacrificed for the good of the Führer state, of the person who is ruling. The ultimate aim of the Nazi party was to seize power through Germany's parliamentary system, install Hitler as a dictator, and create a community of racially pure Germans loyal to their Führer. What I said in the beginning is Führer. The meaning of Führer is, what did I say? Leader or guide. Would lead them in a campaign of racial cleansing and world conquest. This was what Hitler wanted. Either victory of the Aryan or annihilation of the Aryan and the victory of the Jew. Either we die or they die. That's what Hitler said. Now you'll ask me, sir, what is annihilation? Right. Brutally killing someone. Either the victory of the Aryan or annihilation of the Aryan. Either we will die brutally or we will kill, or the victory of the Jew. Hitler was angry with the Germans itself. He was angry with the Weimar Republic's weakness on the influence of Germany's Jewish and communist minorities, who he claimed were trying to take over the country. There were only two possibilities. He told in Munich audience, he had said in 1922, either victory of the Aryan or annihilation, which I told you just now, or annihilation of the Aryan and the victory of the Jew. Now, Hitler was young, he was tough. He was not Salman Khan with muscles and all. You don't have to be a muscle man. You have to have a strong gut feeling inside you. Now, Hitler saw this history as a process of racial struggle, with the strongest race, the Aryan race, because Aryans were the first people to come into this historical thing, ultimately prevailing by force of arms. Mankind has grown great in eternal war. It would decay only with eternal peace, that is death. Now, Jews represented everything that Nazis found repugnant. Now again you will say, sir, what is repugnant? You are studying in class 9, and if I have to keep on giving you meanings, then that's my end of my day. Distasteful, unacceptable. Now, Jews represented everything the Nazis found repugnant. Means they were not happy with it. They were unacceptable, distasteful, extremely conflict, incompatible. That's repugnant. Finance capitalism controlled, the Nazis believed, by powerful Jewish finances. International communism, Karl Marx was a German Jew, and the leadership of the German Communist Party was heavily Jewish. The modernist cultural movements like psychoanalysis and swing music. Nazis party foreign policy aimed to rid Europe of the Jews and other inferior people so that and absorb pure-blooded Aryans into a greatly expanded Germany, a third Reich. Third Reich. Now you have to sit with a dictionary, I guess, guys. The first was empire. Reich means empire. The first was the medieval Holy Roman Empire, which lasted till 1806. The second was the German Empire, 1871 to 1980. Third one was Hitler's empire. He was looking at it in that way and wage an unrelenting war on the Slavic hordes of Russia, considered by Hitler to be untermenschen or subhuman. Once conquered, the Soviet would be ruled by the German master race, which would exterminate or subdue millions of Slavs to create Lebensraum or living space for their own farms and communities. In a conquered and racially cleaned Russia, they would work on model farms and factories connected to the homeland by new highways called autobahns. In Germany, autobahns are huge. Like we have our six-way roadway here. I'll come back in the next video and explain you what are autobahns. I have driven a car on that.